Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a new video here on a new stock that I found, AeroCleanTechnologies. I was researching some other stock and came across some talk, some chit-chat on this one, and looked kind of interesting. So I thought I'd give it a shot and see who out there has this one. This is AeroCleanTechnologies, ticker AERC. And you can see what this one's doing here today, up over 28%. Having a great day. So this is only listed not even a month ago, November 24th. So that's kind of a uneven Batman there. But you can see it started off at $10, had a great run up to 85, fell back a little bit, ran up again to 111.77. Wow. Up over 1,000% in 5 days, and then pull back to 17. So even if you bought it at 10 and still have it at 15, you still got a pretty good return in a couple days. Here's a look at the last week, up over 61%, and here's a look at today, up over 30%. Again, ticker AERC. Like I said, I just came across this one. It's not too old of a stock. If you don't know what this one is, it's an interior space air purification technology company. It produces include Pergo and Pergo Lift. The company was founded by so-and-so on September 2011 and is headquartered in Palm Beach, Florida. Founded in 2011, 16.2 million shares being traded, and that's 4 times the average. $208 million market cap, 52-week low of 822 and a high of 117.35. So that's almost $100 difference. Just amazing. So thought I would give this one a shot and see what happens with it. Currently at 1502 and no ratings here on Bing. Why AeroClean Technologies, most recent report reveals some hints about its future. This is dated on the 21st. So yesterday went up 33.69% from the latest closing price compared to the recent one-year high of 117.35. Company stock price has collected minus 0.35% of loss in the last 5 trading sessions. Reported on 12/16/21. Jupiter to deliver pathogen-free air with AeroClean air purification technology. So kind of interesting stock here. AERC's market performance, simple moving average for the period and last 20 days is minus 58.42% for AERC's stock, with a simple moving average of minus 58.42% from the last 200 days. Here goes over the 50-day moving average. So quite a volatile one here. Not even a month into it. Moved up 33.69%. Why it's important, this is dated yesterday. Price surged 33.69% to reach at $2.85. The company report on December 16th that metabolic Jupiter to deliver pathogen-free air with AeroClean air purification technology. Today, the technologies announced plans to install Pergo air purification and sanitization. Wow, I can't talk today. Sanitization devices at metabolic Jupiter by the end of 2021. Pergo performance tests conducted on site compelled the metabolic Jupiter leadership team to proceed with the installation. Pergo uses patented proprietary UV-C LED technology to significantly reduce and remove harmful pathogens, including allergens, mold, bacteria, fungi, and viruses like influenza and SARS-CoV, offering continuous air sanitation as a robust safety measure for clients and staff. So now you can see the gist of all of that, why the stock has went up in regards to all this. This is all the people are talking about, fear of, freaked out about, so on. So if you could get this technology into businesses, homes, wherever it needs to be, I can see why the stock's going up and why it's going crazy. We have results-driven mentality with everything we do, from how we run our gym and how we train our athletes. After viewing AeroClean's test data, we know that Pergo would add a meaningful layer of protection to our space and enhance the safety and comfort of athletes in our studio. And so says the franchise owner of Metabolic Jupiter. Assessing AeroClean's odds after its sudden crash. This is dated here today, the 22nd. So it's an interior space air purification technology company. The company is in the process of ramping up commercial sales of its air purification units, which neutralize we'll just highlight that, the Rhinoceros rex and other airborne pathogens. The company completed its initial IPO in November, and AERC stock initially soared. IPO went off just at the right time. The shares began to trade just as the Omicron variant was starting to make itself known throughout the globe, and investors braced themselves for another potential sell-off in travel and economic reopening stocks, just as we saw with the other one. I'm not even going to say the names. In the environment, a company with the air purifier that could knock out the Rhinoceros rex. That sounded like a good portfolio hedge. Most definitely. Shares topped $100 each, marking a quick 10 times run-up from their initial public offering. The next day, the stock dropped about 75%, and AeroClean has continued to sink even after the precipitous decline after starting to bounce on Monday. What went wrong, and does AeroClean have a shot of making a comeback? So it was a small IPO. The company sold 2,500,000 shares of AERC stock at $10 per share. That's only a $25 million raise, which is a tiny, and by IPO standards, a normal IPO would raise at least several times that. Since so few shares were sold to the public, this made it easy for traders to buy up most of that float and send the stock to the stratosphere, albeit only temporarily, which all makes sense. So if you don't have that many shares, that means the more expensive they're going to be and run it up, but it was temporary. This kind of goes over some regulations and the IPO, limited operating history. So it's hard to say what's going to happen with this one. It's going to have to really prove itself for it to keep going up, otherwise it's going to crash back down to $10. Mysterious and baffling cautionary tale of AeroCleanTechnologies. This dated here today. This looks like an hour or so ago. Sometimes the stock mysteriously rises without any identifiable logic. It's essentially what happened in the case of AeroCleanTechnologies, the stock which rose meteorically only to quickly plummet. There's plenty of precedent in recent times for strange tales within the stock market. Seemingly undeserving equities have been pumped up very high levels. The meme stock phenomenon provides multiple examples. Warning signs on AERC stock. Firm underwent a Reg A plus IPO. Such IPOs allows companies to undergo a public offering up to $75 million, which reduced documentation. This alone is a warning sign. Part of the reason SPACs have received so much scrutiny recently is that they were too allowed to skirt stricter regulatory oversight. This does not mean that the SPAC and Reg A IPOs are hiding anything, but it ought to make investors more cautious. Company reported very weak operations in its 1A filer. Company is very small and it employs 5 individuals. Very interesting. Closed on its IPO on November 29th and went up price to 117. Just amazing. So maybe some of those employees cashed out and retired. Who knows? As a play for Wednesday. Closed a green today. Just bought some at 27. I'm going to watch this one. I'm not buying any of it. We'll have to wait and see. Over here on StockTwits, currently at 14.98. Low of 8.22. High of 117.35. Should consider selling and moving your position to AERC. Could see a 200% jump in the coming weeks. And Digital World Acquisition Corp. Looks like it's down a little bit. I think it was up to 80 at one point in time. To the moon. F Naked Shorts. Over here on tip ranks, and no ratings on tip ranks. But if you have this one, AeroClean, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis and the other information you want to share. Option on this one would be quite a rocket ride, especially on a day like this. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing, and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.